circumstance, I think you and I agree with this, and I think a lot of people disagree with us probably, that I don't fault Mauricio Dubon. I think it's a freak play that can happen not just in baseball, but in sports. So, yes, baseball's not a contact sport by and large, but that doesn't mean contact and collisions can't occur. We've all seen it happen. If you've watched this sport for more than a day, you know the possibilities on the field, whether it's at home plate or another base or elsewhere in the field. I think it's one of those plays that there's very little you can do anything about, unfortunately. And I don't fault Dubon. I don't fault Arraez. I think that sometimes on a baseball field, things happen. And I think that's what happened here today. I think it was ruled properly. There was there's no interference. There's no getting in the runner's lane. They're both entitled to the base. It's a drag bunt. Arraez is trying to leg it out. I respect him for doing it. And Dubon is trying to make a play. And they collide. Such is life. And fortunately, it wasn't worse, we don't think, for Arraez. But I'm not going to sit here and harp on Mauricio Dubon being a dirty player because I watched the play 150 times. No joke. And I just don't see anything dirty about it.
The good news is Luis Arraez was back in that clubhouse after the game talking to reporters. That's just, great. Yeah, I watched the play in real time and I watched it back. And if anybody out there thinks that Mauricio Dubon could have stopped his momentum or did that on purpose, or it was a dirty play by him, you're just looking to get mad at somebody because Luis Arraez got injured. And Dubon's the easy target because he was involved in the play. I mean, there's really no other way to see it than it was a complete bang bang accidental play. Like I don't see how you could look at it any other way, to be honest with you. I mean, the reason why you are looking at it a different way, if you are one of those people out there, is because of what I just said. You're looking for someone to get mad at because Luis Arraez got injured, and the easy target is Mauricio Dubon, and he's on the other team, and it's us against the world. And guess what? I'm going to get mad at Mauricio Dubon, and because I have replay and I can watch everything in slow motion, I'm going to view this play how I want to view this play, which is he had easy opportunities to move out of the way. He should have stopped at first base. I can't believe he got in the way of Luis Arraez. Like, I'm sorry, but it was a bang bang play. And in real time, I don't see how he could have done anything differently because his momentum was taking him that way. The ball was literally thrown in the base path. Luis Arraez was going full speed down the line, and they collided. And it's just a complete accident. And
yeah, there's no this. You're condescending yourself, SoCal Dude 949. You said it was an accident, still his fault. No, it's not, because in an accident there isn't fault. And on a baseball field, there are dynamics at play that are outside of people's control. And to Jim's point, Dubon's not a first baseman. He's covering first. If you watch him, he's on a dead sprint.
Yeah.
And then the throw, to your point, is not a perfect throw. It leads him through the bag. This isn't PlayStation 5. You don't touch the bag and then reverse momentum. You touch the bag and his momentum is carrying him into foul territory. He happened to, in that moment, collide with Luis Arraez. If you watch Dubon's eyes on this play, he's watching the ball as the ball is tossed over first. He is not a first baseman. He's not taught in that spot to avoid contact with the runner. He's taught in that spot to get the out and to make sure he tags the bag. So, again, I guess at the end of the day, it might be neither here nor there because injuries do happen. The Padres have dealt with a million of them so far this year, and hopefully this isn't overly significant. And hopefully if he does go on the IL, it's no longer than 7 days, which is what you can do with a concussion IL,
right,
on the 7-day IL as opposed to the 10-day IL. And who knows, maybe he doesn't go on. Maybe he misses a game, and then he plays on Tuesday. But I think that, yeah, people are trying to make Mauricio Dubon out to be – I just think people are trying to make this into more than it really was. And then, the umpire should have ruled interference. Why? I do not understand it. If this play occurs and the contact is minimal or Arraez isn't injured in the manner in which he was injured, nobody would ever say anything about it. And we see this type of play all the time. We just don't see that type of injury all the time. But we've seen collisions at first all the time. By the way, did the umpires rule interference after a 15-minute delay? No. Did Mike Schill ask for interference? No, because there wasn't any. So this is what happens. It's part of the game. And again, it could have been awful. I mean, Luis Arraez, who knows what could happen? Broken jaw. I mean, a significant concussion. I mean, it could have been anything under the sun, but thankfully it doesn't appear as if it was that. But I mean, first and foremost, you want to make sure Luis Arraez is okay, obviously. And by the way, Dubon, the first thing he does, he's trying to help Luis Arraez. He's like over on top of him, like trying to make sure that he's all right. So I just think it's kind of unfair to be critical of the player in that spot. And I'm sure a lot of people disagree, but that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I got some guy on social media arguing obstruction. Like,
Talking about.
Give me a break. You don't know what you're talking about. It's not obstruction. It's it was an unfortunate situation. And now it sucks, because Luis Arraez is probably going to miss a week or two, depending on how he reacts to, this injury, right? Does he wake up with concussion-like symptoms tomorrow? Does he not? What's going to be the fallout from this? That's what I'm more concerned about. This thing, if I didn't see the reaction that I did online, some really just, really bad takes out there.
Awful,
some really
awful takes.
If I didn't see that, I wouldn't have put one thought in my head about, man, I can't believe Mauricio Dubon is not changing his momentum in midair and whatever these dumb takes are. It's like, no, my first thought was, oh, dude, I hope Luis Arraez is going to miss a bunch of time. And I hope he's okay. But all I see is these idiotic takes from people online being like, oh, that was obstruction, or I can't believe he didn't stop his momentum, or I can't believe he lowered his shoulder into Luis Arraez's chin.
Right. Or could have been avoided. Like how? Like I can't. I've watched this play so many. There literally could not have been avoided. The only way it's avoided is if one of those players gives up on the play. No one's saying it was his intent, but he did run into him. Therefore, his fault. No, he didn't run into him. He's playing the game of baseball. He didn't not have the ball and run into him. The only reason he ran into him was to make a play at first base. So it's like, again,
and guess what?
I think people aren't going to agree on this. This is one of those things people aren't going to agree on.
I know. And guess what? If I was an Astros fan, I would agree that I would argue Luis Arraez ran into Mauricio Dubon. So there you go. Like you can go both ways if you wanted to on this. It's an unfortunate injury. It was a bang play. If you are out there and you are upset at Mauricio Dubon and you are using arguments that, he should have stopped his momentum. I can't believe he did that. And why didn't he catch the ball a certain way? And why didn't he turn his body a certain way in midair? And this and that. You are just upset.
I think you cut out, but yeah. All right, let me get to the first super of the night. Guys, if you're here, please subscribe. You're on content for Padres fans. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on X. I can't hear you. Now I can. Jim's gone, but that's all right. Brando's Modern Life. Thank you. It says great game. Tatis 3, Astros 2. Prayers for Arraez. Yeah, I mean, listen, that was everyone's concern initially. I mean, we all wanted to know if Luis Arraez was going to be all right. And thankfully, Arraez was back in that clubhouse tonight. I mean, this thing could have been an absolute disaster. But
can you hear me?
Thankfully, Arraez hopefully avoided what could have been. I don't even know what could have happened. It didn't look good in real time. It really didn't. And him being down on the field as long as he was and being stretchered off, I mean, it looked awful. But for him to walk back into the clubhouse, I think is the part of the day that, win or lose, you just hope Arraez is all right. So to get the win is great. I mean, do they have to deal with these injuries? Yeah. I mean, they're dealing with crazy injuries right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know if your
computer sucks.
No, it wasn't my computer. I nicked my cord and like my mic went off and I was in the middle.
Whose fault is that? Dubon's?
Oh, it's Mauricio Dubon's fault. Yeah. That's the thing, is like weathering the storm, right? So Luis Arraez down for probably 7-day concussion protocol or I mean, if he's in the lineup tomorrow.
He's not in the lineup tomorrow.
I know. But if he's in the lineup on Tuesday, all these takes out there that I see they're going to look real stupid. Now, I don't think that's going to be what's going to happen. I do think they're going to err on the side of caution with him. I mean, That's just the way the Padres have operated here. But like weathering the storm until you get these guys back, especially Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth recovering from that non-displace fracture, and now Luis Arraez going down. That just puts more emphasis on, Toddy and Manny and, to carry the load. I don't think Xander Bogaerts is a guy I trust to carry a load while guys are down. He just, I mean, I don't know what you can say about Xander Bogaerts, honestly. It is what it is at this point. But other guys need to step up. And the good thing is their pitching and especially their bullpen will definitely lead the way. And it's going to have to lead the way during this time here to get through this storm. And the best part about their start of their season is you almost would just say, all right, until these guys are back, I think I would take 500.
Yeah, if you're right. Like if for the next 10 days or whatever it is, 10 or 15 days, you go 6-6.
Yeah.
But then you're 22-12. You're probably still one of the better teams in the National League if you're 22-12.
Probably.
And you're healthier and you have Jackson Merrill and maybe you're getting closer to getting Jake Cronenworth back and maybe Luis Arraez is back in your lineup. Jay Marr, appreciate you, man. He says people are idiots. Competitors who ran into each other, accident. People want Dubon suspended for what? He didn't break any rules. Google MLB fielders right away. Xander 6'4", not clutch, no power. Yeah, the runner doesn't have more of the right to the base than the fielder, by the way.
Another thing.
Dubon didn't do anything wrong. Dubon spoke on this postgame, by the way, Jim. He felt bad about it. He's like, of course, nobody wants that to happen. He didn't want it to happen. He said it was just an accident. Of course it was. How could it not be? Is anyone like, yeah, let me take out Luis Arraez? Watch the play. That's not what happened.
Again, people just want to get mad at somebody because Luis Arraez got hurt and Dubon is the
nobody
easy
wants
target.
to see it. Right.